Hi guys, welcome back to Injustice Uncovered.
And today we're going to talk about the justice system and its wrongdoings.
Today we're going to talk about our justice system.
Wrongful convictions are often viewed as rare mistakes, but in reality, they reveal deeper flaws within the justice system. Across the United States, innocent people have been in prison for crimes they never committed, only to be later exonerated through new evidence, DNA testing, or reinvestigations. Organizations like the Innocence Project have worked for years to expose these injustices and help free innocent individuals. Their work has shown that wrongful convictions happen far more often than people realize. There are many causes behind these cases. Sometimes eyewitnesses incorrectly identify a subject. Other times, people are pressured into giving false confessions during long interrogations. In some situations, racial biases, unreliable evidence, or misconduct during investigations can influence the outcome of a trial. And while the justice system is supposed to protect innocent people, these failures can completely destroy someone's future. Wrongful convictions affect more than just the individual. Families lose loved ones for years at a time, children grow up without parents, and communities begin to lose trust in the justice system itself. Even after release, many exonerees struggle emotionally, mentally, and financially while trying to rebuild lives that were taken away from them. The damage caused by wrongful convictions can never be truly erased. No amount of compensation can fully return the years someone lost behind bars. And while these stories may sound unbelievable, they continue happening today.
Welcome back to Injustices Uncovered. I'm here with
Mrs. Juniper,
and I will be asking some questions about the justice system. How do wrongful convictions affect the individual?
wrongful, I mean, I would assume that it would destroy your life. There's stories of people who have been incarcerated for years, and then DNA evidence releases them. That's unfathomable. I can't even imagine what that does, how it tears apart families, how that sets the tone for the rest of the family, and this perpetuates that concept of still being in that situation of systemic racism. And I don't even know how you repair. I don't even know how you would repair those damages. I think about maybe some of the famous cases like the Central Park Five, and how they're having, some of them have gone on to do really amazing things, but it still doesn't. It still doesn't make amends for the fact that their entire lives were taken from them. They were kids when they were incarcerated wrongfully, and nobody in this country even cared.
Mm-hmm.
The current president of the United States of America asked for the death penalty to come back to take care of these 5 innocent boys.
Yes.
So I don't know how you repay them.
No, I don't know either. Thank you for answering these questions. Stay tuned. Bye.
Like this? Wait, did they do it?
Statistics help reveal just how devastating wrongful convictions truly are. According to the data from the Innocence Project, the average age of a person when they were wrongfully convicted is only 27 years old. However, the average age when they are finally exonerated is 45 years old. This means innocent people lose nearly 20 years of their lives before finally gaining freedom. Another shocking statistic found that 8% of 257 people studied pleaded guilty to crimes they did not commit. This shows how pressure, fear, and manipulation can sometimes force innocent individuals into false confessions just to avoid harsher punishments. The Innocent Project also reported that 9% of the 257 people studied were sentenced to death before eventually being proven innocent. Imagine being sentenced to die for a crime you never committed. In addition, the organization estimated that 81% of exonerees who have been released received either little compensation or no compensation at all for the years taken from them. In fact, 4 states in the United States do not provide compensation for wrongful convictions whatsoever. One of the most important statistics connected to wrongful convictions involves eyewitness identification. Nearly 69% of wrongful convictions overturned through DNA evidence involved mistaken eyewitness identification. This makes false witness identification one of the leading causes of innocent people being imprisoned. These statistics show that wrongful convictions are not isolated mistakes. These are life-changing injustices that continue to impact innocent people and their families across the country.
Alright, what's up guys, I'm back here with Mr. Warden, asking the same question. So, why do you think people get wrongfully convicted?
Wow. Unfortunately, I've kind of been on the jury duty. I've been in a few court cases as far as just as witnesses. And what I've noticed, a lot of times people don't present themselves very well. And they might be misunderstood, or their attire might make them be perceived as something that they're not. I think that might be one of the first major issues. The other is that, well, unfortunately, we still have a lot of biases in this world. Even myself, even in the privileged situation that I might be, still gets looked at from time to time as something that I might not be. And so probably, more than likely, that's really where it lies in this country, is certain biases that people hold against others.
One real case that demonstrates the devastating impact of wrongful convictions is the case of Gary Tyler. In 1974, Gary Tyler was only 16 years old when his life changed forever. At the time, racial tensions in Louisiana were extremely high due to school desegregation. Violence and protests surrounded schools as black students were being bused into previously all-white schools. One day, during a chaotic confrontation outside of school, a 13-year-old white student was tragically shot and killed. Police quickly focused on Gary Tyler, a black teenager riding one of the buses involved in the incident. Despite conflicting witness statements and major concerns about the evidence used against him, Tyler was arrested and charged with murder. Many people believe racism played a major role in the investigation and trial. Gary Tyler was convicted by an all-white jury and sentenced to death at just 17 years old. Later, his sentence was changed to life in prison, but he still spent decades behind bars while continuously maintaining his innocence. For 42 years, Tyler remained in prison. During that time, supporters continued fighting for his release, arguing that his conviction was deeply unfair and built on unreliable evidence. Finally, in 2016, Gary Tyler was released from prison after spending more than 4 decades incarcerated. By then, most of his life had already passed. Imagine losing nearly your entire adulthood for something you didn't do. Cases like Gary Tyler's reveal how wrongful convictions affect far more than just one individual. Families lose years together, communities lose trust in the justice system, and innocent people are left trying to build lives after decades of trauma and lost opportunities. The question is no longer whether wrongful convictions happen. The question is how many innocent people are still waiting for justice today.
What's up, everybody? Today I'm here with and
Ali Abdullah.
okay. Ramon, what do you think is the main reason individuals get wrongfully convicted in the justice system?
A lot of times, I feel like the main reason would have to be for sure like the color of their skin, because obviously like we're facing like a lot of injustices purely based like whether like you're Hispanic, whether you're African American.
Okay, great. Ali, how do wrongful convictions affect the individual?
Wrongful convictions can affect the individual in a negative way because it can make them lose out on opportunities from getting new jobs, being new people.
Hi guys, welcome back to Justice Uncovered. We will be speaking about our call to action. It is important to speak up when you see something unfair. It is important to show up to protest and be there so you can show that you care. And it is important to demand a change because your voice does matter. Injustice thrives in silence. Speak up, show up, and demand a change. Goodbye. Ow. And that's Injustice Uncovered. Thank you guys for tuning in and come back next week for another informational video.